Well, I used to be really big into God, and I kind of went away from it, and I became a scatterbrained atheist, basically. And I tell you, I'm I'm not anymore. So I hit rock bottom. I went to jail. I lost everything, and I was in the jail, and I did hard time at one of the worst jails you can in America. For real, in the worst commonwealth and county to ever get in trouble in Henrico, Virginia. So I was in there, and I was like, there was this MAT program where because I was tempted to go back to using heroin before I got arrested, and they actually give you Suboxone at the jail, and it's only four of us in the whole jail, and then it became eight, but then it's so hard to get in it. And I remember sitting there, and I was like, that is what I need. Because there's other programs out there that don't do that, and the Suboxone is such a good drug because it gives you something, but it also blocks you from all the other. So that, and it gives you the initiative to even start your journey in recovery. And I remember sitting there, and then I went to a Bible study, and I had them pray that I would go home at that certain time because it was not looking good for me. And I was already in there, 5, 6 months, and I still didn't have my preliminary. And my case was real rare. It was real. What I was guilty of was being a drug addict and trying to talk to the police. But they didn't charge me with drug charges. And then the charges were just more than, it was seriously, it came to where I was getting misunderstandings everywhere, and they were getting pissed off at me, and they took advantage of it. The law took advantage of it. And I had them pray, and then that day I get told, I come see the lady from MAT, and when I say you put in for it, people wait in there months and months before they can. You have to pass a drug test to even get in the program and go in the pod. So I saw them, and they were like, you got a drug test. Instantly passed my drug test because I was in a good place where there wasn't drugs, easy at all to get drugs in that pod I was staying in. I passed it. I went in that same day that I went to that Bible study, and then they were like, you don't need that mattress anymore. You got one with pillows, made of pillows. And I was like, get the hell out of here, man. I thought it was a joke. No, it was a mattress I got made of pillows, and I was in a great pod. I was given all these treatment programs and groups and yoga, and I love physical activity. And I was allowed coffee because I was in the mental health pod, and they don't allow coffee. And oh my God, my first day I drank it, and I got so like I had my first beer, and I was just on cloud nine. And I sat in that bed, and I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here. That was good, God. That was good, for real. I sat in there, and I started crying because I was like, things I think are gonna get better. Then I started stressing that they were going to continue it on, and I was never going to start the Suboxone, and and I'd been working hard, and I hung in there. And then I met an angel, Miss Morton, and she was like, if you want help, you want to help yourself, we're going to help you with all the resources you need. We're going to give you a house. We're going to make sure they drop all your charges. And I was facing 4, and 2 of them felonies. And they were, look, I was going to face some serious time. And at first, it was and I was like, I'm going to fight having to sign anything. I'm not going to cop out to anything. I went in, and in the courtroom, after given the strength to fight my lawyer, who just didn't want to do his job, and he was going to make me cop out to something I didn't even do. Now, I was okay with the things I did, signing, a plea and everything, but I was not okay with signing something I didn't do. All my charges got dropped. Then I ran into another problem when I got out, and I needed to call the hospital the same night because they gave me the shot. It made me real up, and they didn't have my medications at the jail. They didn't give them to me. I was so stressed out, and I called. The police came. They handcuffed me, took me to the hospital. But they have to do that. They have to do that when you have mental health problems, and I needed to get to the hospital. I went to the hospital, and then I given a chance to all the treatments that God has placed before me. And today, I just got started back on my other medications. And everything is just working, like, and I'm the only person in the house that I'm staying in. And 2-story, nice, beautiful house in a great neighborhood. I ran into this guy that was in the program, but he got kicked off. You know what he told me? I ran into him yesterday. I'm living in a tent in the woods. And I was like, that would have been me. That 100% would have been me. If God wouldn't have put this in all these things that are working. I'm telling you. He was like, you wanna go that route? You wanna run from me? You wanna defy me? After all that I've given you, I'm gonna take it away. I'm gonna put you in jail, and you're the worst person to go in jail. You're a mama's boy. You're gonna have to learn your lesson. But by the time it's over with, don't ever question my timing again. And you needed it, and I needed it. I was put in it. I needed that. And now I'm getting better with employment, and everything seems to be going good. Now, I'm gonna look for a church, and the next step, I think, if God's willing, I think He's gonna find me a nice woman, somebody to treat me right, because I'm a kind of a softie when it comes to women. And I think He's gonna find me somebody that isn't gonna treat me like shit. It's gonna be like, I love you and you're more than enough for me. And I know He is. I just know. And I'm not getting on here and I'm not preachy and all this. No, I'm saying that God's timing's right. Your situation right now is not the end of the world. Don't go to drugs and alcohol. Just give it a chance. For real, give it a chance. These programs, like, you do it before, at each month in therapy. And I did my first day, and it was a bad day when I got out of jail. And I said, I want to have this done by my first month. And I just said them. I didn't think they'd happen. My month came up. They did happen when they read them back to you. And I accomplished all my goals and then some. I'm telling you, Jesus loves you, man. Even though you don't deserve it. Even though you are a knucklehead. And you're a dick. And you're an asshole. And you know it. And He loves you. I promise you that. I think I'm going to work on finding it in my heart to love people more and start getting back into some charity stuff. But I want to do it at the right, whatever time he offers it. I think that's the best step into the direction. And I think I'm just saying the way things go, I think that's how I'll meet another woman. I really will. I think going to the places that are great. But that's just my testimony right now. And thanks everybody that subscribes to me and it keeps me accountable. And if you see me messing up on here, call me out on it.